What's up, everybody? It's Sid and Millie back with another Manchester United game day review. Today we watched the Manchester United versus Chelsea game in the Premier League, and we got the dub 1-0, 1-0. So yeah, I mean, we could get right into it.
We'll get right into it. Honestly, not a ton to say about the match. Like, if we're being fully honest, like it was a okay game of football. I think we United created one big chance and we scored one big chance.
We love it.
So we were very clinical with the opportunity that we did have. Obviously, in an ideal world, we'd love to see United creating more opportunities to score and being more dangerous and bringing more
exciting football.
exactly bringing more of that excitement to the game. But what I will say is it is a clear step of progress from what we saw last week against Leeds. It is a clear step of progress. I think the addition of Mainu coming back was immense. I think Aiden Heaven did a fantastic job covering. Obviously, we have a ton of center backs out right now. Aiden Heaven was fantastic back there. He was like really instrumental in the center of defense. Kobe Mainu being back was huge for the midfield. He really connects Bruno and Casemiro. And, you know, in moments when United did have possession, though be it not a ton of times, but when we did have possession, you could really see like United was much more connected. I mean, against Leeds, we could barely string together more than five passes at max against Leeds. But tonight, you could actually see United finding good combinations, finding good passing lanes, and moving the ball up the field pretty decently in those moments when we did have the ball. I think my biggest complaint with United is just once again, where is the clinicality? Where is it? I mean, again, yes, we scored, we got the goal. That's all that matters. 3 points up the Reds. We know that we're now going to secure Champions League. These are the important things. That's all that matters at the end of the day. And I obviously am willing to acknowledge that. All that matters is that we secure Champions League football. That's it. That's all that matters. And right now, Michael Carrick, the lads, that squad, they have secured Champions League football.
Which, good for them. We love to see
that's really what we wanted. That was the most important thing. Now for me, looking forward to next year, looking forward to the future, what is the next step of this team? What is the next thing we need to really bring that Premier League title and bring that next trophy that we're hoping United will of course win? And the next thing we need is just that clinicality within the team. You know, we need to be seeing shots from all of our players, you know, shots, a little bit of trickery, you know, we need to see some skills, some taking players on, take players on, beat players, get a shot. Once we get around the corner of the 18, can we go ahead and whip a cross in? Can we take a shot? Exactly. Hope for a deflection, maybe get a corner. Like, we've got to continue to try and be dangerous. It is massively important. I think too much in games we're okay with just keeping the ball. And I think as a fan it's a bit frustrating when, you know, we're at the corner of the 18 and then we turn backwards and we end up going all the way back to our center backs. It's just like we've wasted an opportunity to attack. For me personally, anytime we're around the 18-yard box, we should be ending in a shot, in a cross, in some sort of attempt at finish every single time. That has to be a mindset: attack, finish. Because in moments of the game, I think we probably could have put a second, a third, a fourth past Chelsea. But instead, when we got into dangerous moments, we're looking for extra passes, or certain people don't want to take a shot, you know, at some point. But at the end of the day, I don't want to nitpick like all of the nitty gritty pieces of it. I just think to get us to the next level of where we want to be, which is challenging for a Premier League title, we just need to pick up in some of these areas, which is going to be massively important. Clinicality, scoring a lot of goals, scoring goals in key games, like that's going to be massively important because, again, Chelsea is below us in the table. Our eyes are really on the top. Our eyes are on the people above us. And we know teams like City are very clinical in front of goal. You know, so it's just important that United picks up some of those attributes to continue to find success.
Of course.
In the way that we play. But I think overall, you know, they got the job done. that's really all I can say. Today
All we
was
can ask
about
for.
getting the job done, and United got the job done.
Yeah.
They showed up. They were much more organized. They were much more serious than last week. You could tell that they were serious about this game, and I can appreciate that. I'm glad that they showed up because we didn't see that last week against Leeds. So
No.
from week to week, I could see a clear improvement, a clear step forward. So kudos to the manager, kudos to the coaching staff, and kudos to the players who recognized what went wrong last week and immediately course corrected. Yeah. So at the end of the day, up 3, and that's what's important. So
we can really ask for.
yeah. So that's really all.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's really all.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
this game.
nothing too crazy. It was good to see, like I said, Kobe Mainoo back from injury. Really important player, really key player for the squad. Mason Mount got some minutes. I really loved seeing Xerxes out there. I think, honestly, while we're in this period where certain players are in a lull and certain players aren't scoring goals, this is a time where we should probably see more of Joshua Xerxes, in my opinion. I think he's someone who really connects the attack in the midfield. I think if given more time, Xerxes could really be a good connective player for Bruno Fernandes. And I really think that he's someone who deserves more time. So my homage would be, if we're not gonna see an uptick in goals, let's continue to switch out players and try different things. We've got Shea Lacey on the bench. We know Shea Lacey, he loves to cut in and have a shot. So these are the types of players we want to have and be bringing into games. Players who want to prove themselves, players who want to change the game. That's what United is made of, and so yeah, I just hope that we'll see more of those shots, and I hope we'll see more of those sorts of opportunities present themselves, and I hope more, we'll have, score more goals, and we've got to create more opportunities. Like, we won the game off of one opportunity that we created, and that's fine. We were very clinical, obviously, but I just feel like to only have one shot on target in 90 minutes, it's just not good enough. Not with the attacking players we have, not with the money we've spent. So it's just like we need to find ways to continue to connect Brian, to continue to get Membo into the attack, but not just having him run, and chasing balls in behind or chasing defenders needlessly to start the press, but actually creating opportunities for him. I mean, did Brian even shoot today? I don't know. I feel like that's kind of an issue we're seeing in the attack. Like, we need to have all of these players, Brian, Ahmad, Šeško, Bruno, everyone has to be shooting, has to be integrating, has to be switching around, and has to be trying to score goals. And everyone also has to have that same little edge that Bruno has, where it's like, I'm here for the team, but I'm also willing to do this and take that responsibility. And we really need, but we need more of that. We need more people who are like, I'm going to score right now. I'm going to take this shot right now. I'm going to take on this defender right now and leave him on the ground. Like, that's more of the mentality we need. So it was good to see the possession come back. It was good to see the control and the composure come back. I think Kobe Mainoo embodied that, brought that back to the squad, which was massively important and led to United getting the win today. But yeah, I think in terms of clinicality up front, I think we need to have more. We need to have more shots. We need to have more attempts on target. We need to have more accurate crosses. We need to have more intentional passes in behind. We need to have more intentional runs in behind. We just need to have a lot more in tune sequences, I guess, in the attack. And I think that could make a big difference. But for now, we'll take the 3 points. And it's always good to beat Chelsea. We're up the Reds always. Chelsea, always a little rivalry, especially throughout the 2000s. So always a good one to beat them. So so United got the dub, and that's really all we care about. We remain in 3rd place. We've got a 10-point cushion, and like I said, Champions League is basically secured. So we can really rest on the fact that we're in there. We're in the Champions League, and we can start looking forward to next season and seeing what that's going to look like. And that's kind of why I'm kind of, not, nitpicky a little bit, because again, my sights are already on success for the future and how we get to winning the Champions League, how we get to winning the Premier League. And that's really what we want to see. And I think that this is how we'll get there. A little more clinicality and tie that in with this possession and control. And I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
So up the Reds,
Up the
third
Reds.
place. And that was
Go
all.
for United.
Those were our thoughts on Man United's 1-0 victory over Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Peace.
Bye.